Welcome to another Lawton Public Schools Locker Room Sports Talk Show. It's been a wonderful year for Lawton Public Schools athletics. We've had great team and individual success. And today our emphasis and our focus is going to be primarily on some young people who have received scholarships for what they've done on the fields and on the basketball courts. First up with us today is a young man from Lawton High. He's a football star, no doubt. His name is Jalen Barnett, and he's headed to the University of Nebraska. Jalen, first of all, congratulations on your high school career and congratulations on your scholarship, but I'm going to have to tell you right up front, I'm a lifelong Sooner fan, and you're going to play for Nebraska. That's quite a rivalry over the years, so I'm going to root for you for every game unless you play against the Sooners, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to root for my Sooners. But go ahead and tell me a little bit about your the process of selecting a home for college, because I know you were heavily recruited. What made you settle on the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
First off, the process was long. It was a hard choice. You know, I didn't really make my decision until really late. That's because, you know, it's like when you don't come from like a good funded home, you want to get all your little official visits in. You want to try to see wherever you can go. Like, I wanted to go to Florida for an official. I couldn't make it. I went to Arkansas, went to OU, of course, and I've been to OSU, but those are like real close around. Schools that I've been to, like that are far, like Arkansas, were like good trips because it's not, you know, it's not every day you can just go out and make a trip like that. And I kind of felt like the recruiting process was real long because I kind of wanted to like explore all my options, make a good choice. You know, it had to be the right pick for me.
Right. And you know, while you were at Lawton High, there were a lot of people who compared you to another former Nebraska Cornhusker by way of Lawton High, offensive lineman Will Shields, who everybody knows recently made it into the NFL Hall of Fame. What's it like to have people use your name in the same sentence with Will Shields?
To be in the same sentence as Will Shields, that's actually pretty great. Same high school, about to be same college, hopefully same future, because I want to be an NFL Hall of Famer too. And that's just one of my dreams, to be a really good football player and be in the NFL and do really great. So to see me kind of going in the same path as someone who's already done it, it gives me like a lot of confidence.
Well, he would be a good model to follow. Will was a tremendous high school and college athlete, a tremendous pro, but what a lot of people also forget is that at one time Will was named the NFL Man of the Year, which speaks to his character. So I know that you have that kind of character. Maybe you can follow in his shoes with that also. Now, Will, Jalen, I know that you got a lot of accolades in high school. You were Oklahoma Coaches Association All-State. Am I correct that you were also a high school All-American?
Sure.
And you played in the Under Armour All-American football game. Now, that must have been a highlight because that's some of the best players in the entire country. What was that like?
That was like a mini introduction what college is going to be like. You fly off. First of all, Oklahoma, Florida, they're not close. So you fly off, you get there, you roommate with a buddy. You gotta get to know him. Can't just like, you know, be shy, be afraid. You gotta get to know your teammates. You gotta get to know the people you're playing against. You gotta study them in practice. I feel like it was good work. I got to work with people that were very talented, better my skills, and trying to come together as a team, as an O-lineman, with people you haven't played against before. I feel like it was something kind of hard to do, but we got it done.
Yeah. And you, in high school, of course, you've been an offensive tackle.
Yes, sir.
Does Nebraska project you to continue as a tackle, or do you think you'll move inside to a guard?
I'm projected to be left guard. That's what I played in the Under Armour game. I played left guard. I didn't really play tackle at all. So I think I'm going to be moved inside. It's probably going to be a better fit for me.
And what do you think it's going to be like the first time you play a game and you're at Ann Arbor, Michigan, University of Michigan, and there's 110, 120,000 people in the stands? What do you think that's going to be like?
It's going to be breathtaking. it's going to be something obviously I've never done before. I don't think I'll be too nervous, but I can't explain how
It's
it feels.
a pretty awesome feeling.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine it myself what it must be like. There's a lot of great traditional programs up there, Michigan State, Penn State, and of course Nebraska now is up there in that same conference. So I think you're going to have some great times. I think you'll do well. And we're looking forward to following your career there. But following the career, and even if you go onto the NFL, you can't play football forever. What do you think you're going to major in?
I've had thoughts of being a sports trainer kind of type, but then I think I might try to become a psychologist.
Okay. Well, you know, you got to have something to fall back on after your football days. Hopefully that's a long time down the road, but I know you've got your head on your shoulders. I feel very confident that you're going to be successful, and what I appreciate most about you is you're a humble young man. And I think that you're very well grounded. I think your family has done a great job of making a good young man out of you, and that equals success down the road, whether it's football, business, or just life in general. So I want to congratulate you on your career. I want to congratulate you on your scholarship to Nebraska and wish you the very, very best in your future.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to talk to another Lawton athlete who also is going to a Division I school to play athletics.
Kids will spend 57 minutes making me go splat.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back to Sports Talk. We're here with another Lawton athlete who's had an exceptional career and has been rewarded for his efforts by receiving a scholarship to play at the college level. With me now is Travis Aday from MacArthur High School. He's the goalie on the soccer team, and he has recently committed to play soccer at, I believe it's Mary Hardin Baylor in Belmont, Texas. Belton, Texas. First of all, educate me a little bit. Where the heck is Belton, Texas at?
It's right in the middle of Texas. It's right next to Temple. It's about 30 minutes from Fort Hood, 4.5 hours south of Lawton. So it's right in the middle of everything, basically.
And what is it that drew you to that particular college?
Well, it was my granddad's funeral I was at in Fort Worth. They actually lived in Belton most of their lives. He was the director of international students at the university, and the pastor at their church while they were there was at the funeral, and he still works with the university. So he got my information and passed it off to Coach Bankhead, the coach there. And a couple days later, I got a phone call, and it's just been smooth sailing from there.
Well, of course, I know you look forward to getting to continue to play soccer, but you know, at some point for every athlete, athletics comes to an end, and you have to go out there and I guess what you guys refer to as the real world. What plans do you have with respect to what you want to major in, what you want to become?
I'd like to major in communications and do something along the lines with sports journalism after I graduate. Mostly with soccer, but I'll take either with the newspaper or just even broadcast journalism.
Okay. Well, you're the goalie, and I've seen you play over the last couple of years, and of course with your height, and in basketball we'd say that you're long. You've got the big wingspan, you got the height, and you've got some quickness. What do you think are the requirements to be an exceptional goalie?
It starts with your mentality. You have to have thick skin. It's a tough position. It's oftentimes criticized even by your own teammates because you're the last line of defense. If you allow a goal, then it hurts the entire team. A forward can go and miss 10 opportunities, but as long as they score one, then they're the hero. So Yeah, you have to have thick skin and the right mentality to get through it, and also size, and you have to be smart also. You have to know when to go and when to stay sometimes on breakaways and things like that. And those three things are very, very important as far as
Would I be
goalkeeping.
correct in saying that, because I know that I hear a lot of communication by goalies during a game? Are you somewhat of a quarterback back there kind of directing the defensive traffic?
Yeah. I tell everyone where the runs are. They can't, obviously I can see behind them. They can't see what I can see most of the time. So I have to let them know where the runs are, where the opposing team is, and everything like that. So yeah, communication is very big.
And what do you think? You've, I guess this is your second coach during your high school career?
My third.
Your third, that's right. That is correct. What do you think you're going to take away from your high school career?
Well, last year was a bit of a sour note, but the other 3 years, I think it's been a phenomenal growing experience for me. It just helped me get to play at the next level. So I'm gonna cherish my high school years of playing.
And Coach Williams, who is presently the head coach, he's a MacArthur grad. He was a good player in high school, and went on and had a good college career, and now he's respected as a coach. How has he helped you grow this past year?
His he has this thing that he always says. He just says, "Do your job. As long as you do your job, we're gonna be great." So it's a lot of he's helped me out with a lot of the mental part of the game. So that's helped me grow with my skills and playing.
Well, Travis, I know your family, and I know you've always had their support. And how important has that been for you through the years?
That's been the first thing on my list. My mom and dad have been. I don't think they've missed a single game since I've been 3 years old. So that's been huge with their support.
And I know that you are a grounded young man. I know you have your head on right. And I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how you do down there in college. I expect some great things from you. If you can just take the skills you already have and get at the college level, enhance those a little bit, I think you're probably going to have an outstanding college career. I've appreciated what I've seen when I see you on the field. I think you're a humble young man. I think you got your head on right. You've got a direction you want to follow with your life, and that probably in itself is more important than the athletic part of it. So I want to congratulate you on your scholarship, and good luck as you take on college forward shooting the ball at you. And I know we'll hear great things from you.
All right, thanks.
And we'll be back with a third Lawton athlete in just a moment.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Again, welcome back to Sports Talk, and we're here with another athlete who has had an exceptional high school athletic career and has been rewarded with a scholarship. With me now from the Eisenhower Eagles is Crystal Polk, a two-sport star. She played volleyball and was a vital part of her volleyball team this year, making their way to state for the first time in school history. And she's also been, I believe, Crystal, it's a 4-year basketball player?
Yes.
Played 4 years at Eisenhower. And Crystal, you made the Oklahoma Basketball Coaches All-State team. You made the Oklahoma Coaches Association All-State team. I believe you were the Big Ten Conference Offensive Player of the Year and also made All-District. So you're highly acclaimed, and as a result, you're going to get a scholarship. I believe you're going to Tulsa University. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about the process. I know a lot of schools were recruiting you, visiting you, lots of phone calls and all that stuff. Tell me about the process of selecting Tulsa.
Well, the process of selecting Tulsa was I went to many showcases with like different schools who came out to watch us, and for some reason Tulsa just hit me because I really like their coach and also that environment, as in when we went to go visit that school. The class sizes are small, which is what I was looking for. I didn't really want to go to a big school. I wanted to go to a smaller size school. And also the girls are really, you can tell that they're a family, and that's what I was also looking for, is some close like home.
And of course, I guess there's an advantage to being in Tulsa. You're like 2 hours from home. Your family can go see a lot of the home games and maybe even travel to some of those that are not in Tulsa. But yeah, I know Baylor was had recruited you at one time, and Waco's a long ways for moms and dads to go to see their daughter play, so that's a good deal. When did you finally pin it down that it was going to be Tulsa?
I finally pinned it down when I wanted to go there when I went to visit my recruit trip. The last day after I met everyone there, and how it was a great warm feeling of me being there, and I just knew that was the right place of where I needed to be.
Well, being comfortable where you're at's important, and you got to feel like that's where you belong. And I know that you are very interested in the educational opportunities at Tulsa. What are your thoughts about what you plan to major?
I plan on majoring in business management pre-law, first getting my business and then trying to go after my business management into law school.
And if you come out and you're a lawyer, you pass the bar and everything, what kind of lawyer do you want to be? Are you going to be one of those famous defense attorneys, or are you going to be one of those that do the mega million-dollar lawsuits?
The mega million.
That's a good answer. That's a good choice. You've had a great career at Eisenhower, and you were a post player while in high school. Are you projected to be a post player in college, or maybe a power forward? Where do you see you'll be
a power forward, post, mostly almost center.
Okay, well let's play pros and cons. Tell me what you think your greatest strength is.
My greatest strength I think would be defense, and I like to block shots, but my cons would probably be my height. My height is not as tall as most college girls post players are.
What do you think when you get there? What do you think they're going to decide to focus on to improve your game and take it up to that next level?
Tulsa will probably help me to improve my right hand, learning how to go my uncomfortable side, because I'm more dominant left-hander, so they'll probably try to.
So you're like my grandson. He plays soccer and he's left-footed, and he hasn't discovered his right one yet. So we're hoping one day he finds his right foot. I've seen you play, and that was probably the one area that I always thought that they would probably work with you, is to develop that other hand, because you have a great move going to your left, and once you get up to college, they'll defend that. So now you got to be able to counter that and go back the other way. You've had a lot of support from your family over the years in your basketball. Tell me about the importance and significance of having the support of your parents.
The support of my parents is very significant. They have never missed a game my whole high school career, and it's just it's a great feeling knowing that they're in the audience watching you. And also, I'm happy to have that privilege of them going to watch me at Tulsa University as I play, because I know they'll be able to make those games also.
And I'll bet they'll be there. Yeah. And you'll know Mama's there, I bet. Yeah. Who do you credit most with your game now? Is it Mom or Dad who's taught you all these skills?
Well,
here's where we split the family, right here.
I credit my dad, because I asked him in elementary to play basketball, and he felt like that was a great way. I mean, a good fit for me, and so he's always has pushed me ever since then, always taking me to the gym and finding coaches for me who think that could probably help me in the future. And yeah, he's always been there for me.
What have you learned about it? Are you going to miss the teammates the most?
Yes, I'll miss the teammates the most. We've been like with each other since middle school, even elementary, most of them, and we've always had that bond. And a lot of people didn't expect us to even make it that far, one game from state. So it's impressive for Eisenhower girls basketball to at least make it there.
Crystal, I've enjoyed watching you play, and you've had a great career. I'm expecting big things from you. We'll all follow you around here. We'd like to follow our Lawton athletes as they move on and see how they do. But it sounds like you're incredibly grounded and you know where you want to go with your life, because eventually basketball is done.
Right.
And you've got to make your way out there in that real world situation. So I want to congratulate you on all your awards, congratulate you on your scholarship, and of course wish you the best of luck at the next level. I know you'll do well, and people that have character usually succeed, and I think you'll be a big success. For now, we're going to wrap it up, but as we tape this show, we also do so with a heavy heart. One of Lawton's finest all-time coaches and greatest athletes has passed away this week. Ronnie Hartline, longtime coach at MacArthur High School from 1969 through 92, has passed away. Ronnie was a high school all-stater at Lawton High, an All-American at the University of Oklahoma, and had a brief stint with the Detroit Lions. Ronnie was a player's coach and influenced many lives along the way. In July of 2014, Ronnie was inducted into the Oklahoma Coaches Association Hall of Fame. And his health issues are now at rest. He's at peace. We'll miss him and all the things that he's done for Lawton athletics, but he'll never be forgotten. So on that note, I'd like to say have a good day and God bless.